everyone. This is Michael Williams II. I'm your guest host today with Truth in the Word podcast. Today we have a special subject that we want to talk about today. It's about when due process fails, a church's fight for fairness. Today we're joined by Pastor Michael West of Robinson Memorial Church of God in Christ in Michigan. He's actually the main host of Truth in the Word podcast. And his congregation recently discovered that their long-standing religious use property tax exemption had been removed by the city of Lansing without notice, without inspection, and without any opportunity to appeal. Well, in a hearing before the judge, the city attorney acknowledged that the city's assessor did not inspect the property. They did not follow the Michigan Assessor's Manual and made the decision based on the belief and speculation. Well, this story raises major concerns and questions about due process, government transparency, and the vulnerability of churches and nonprofits across the state. Well, how can the city do this without proper notice? I don't know. Well, Pastor West is here to share what happened, what it means, and how other organizations can protect themselves. Well, how are you doing today, Pastor West?
I'm doing fine, my friend. How you doing today?
I'm doing well. I'm having a lovely day. And this is just a lovely day.
It is.
Well, Pastor, take us back to the moment you first realized something was wrong.
In July of 2021, before I became pastor of Robinson Memorial Church, we received a bill from the Ingham County Treasurer for taxes on a property that the church owns.
Oh, really?
And I looked at it, and I really didn't regard it at all because the church has a tax-exempt status granted by the city for that property. So I really didn't regard it too much. Then again, it came again in September-ish, October-ish. Another bill came, and I began to investigate. Well, why would they send us a bill if we have a tax-exempt status? Mm-hmm. And I couldn't get any answers of why this had occurred. And so I just kept following around, and finally I was told that I needed to go to the tax board in March because you're delinquent in taxes, but I never could find out the reason why we were delinquent in these taxes.
So what did the church receive or not receive from the city? What was it?
When a nonprofit has a tax-exempt status,
okay,
if the city assessor is going to, for any reason, pull the tax-exempt status, what they are supposed to do, they have a guideline, and under the Michigan General Property and Tax Act, there's a manual that they have, and there are certain procedures that they should follow. They are to go out and inspect the property. Then they're supposed to send the owners a notice of delinquency to give the owner an opportunity to make a rebut of their findings, and then they're supposed to send us a notice that we're supposed to appeal. Then we get a notice to say that, well, we're not taking your appeal. You're going to appeal before the tax board. So there's a process before any bill should come to you for you to have an opportunity to defend the status of your organization.
So are you saying they took away your tax exemption?
It hasn't even been explained that they even have taken it. So under our understanding, the tax exemption is still in effect. But what has happened is we went to court. I've had to go through attorneys to find out, to get an understanding of why you're sending us tax bills when we have a tax exempt certificate from the city of Lansing.
Right.
We went to court in April, which is they pulled the exemption according to the way the timeline went. They pulled the exemption in 2020. We didn't get a bill till 2021. And then when we went to court in 2025, April 8th, 2025, we were told that they pulled our exemption on a belief that we weren't using the property.
Oh, wow.
So that's like a policeman pulling you over and not letting you know why he's pulling you over but then he wants to arrest you.
Oh, wow.
He's denying your right to due process, which was what was done to our property. We were denied the right to due process because there were steps they should follow that they did not. So we didn't have our right to due process. We didn't have our right to be able to rebut any of the findings that so-called findings, but they didn't even investigate the property. They taxed us on a belief that this was done.